Not that that's that heavy, a couple people can carry it, but we're gonna... Okay, still don't want to get ahead of myself. I want to put tire bells back here for a wing wall. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 loads from this bucket. I don't know how big that bucket is. I don't know how many yards it holds. So next we'll bring a bucket, dump it right here, I think, and then we'll leave kind of this wing wall open here to put tire bells back in place. Looks like she got tired of working around that bush right there. Took it out. Just a perspective shot here of what I got done today. So this is double layer 6 mil plastic, and I just used these little roofing disc nails, plastic disc nails, to hold it in place, and they're all along the front edge as well. And so here's the double layers you can see right here. So basically I took it, this is a 20-foot wide roll, so I just took it and folded the 6 mil plastic together, put those edges, the folded edges or the free edges together, and then the looped edge, the bottom edge where it comes around and comes back up like this, I just dropped over the side there. And so it comes down here and drops down here and comes out about 2 feet. So again, these tires are just along here just to hold the plastic up this direction so that there's plenty fluff, or not fluff, but luff. There's plenty plastic so that when I do put my metal down that it won't be tensioned and taut. And so, because as you pile the dirt against this plastic, it pulls it down. And you can see right here on the corner when I piled it on how tight it is right there around that corner. And so it's just really putting a lot of tension on it. And you can really see it as an example over here where I forgot to allow for that. And you can see how tight it is across here. So that's a tire bell, right? That's a tire bell, that's a tire bell. So there's a tire bell, tire bell, tire bell. So there's a space there that's covered in plastic that should be shaped like that with the plastic. So I forgot to push the plastic down there before I piled the dirt against it. So now I've got to cut that and fix it. I remember to do it here, but I forgot to do it there. So lesson learned. I did want to get some dirt piled against this, several buckets with the tractor, but it went just like an hour or so. I had this all done. So this is great because this will keep it from frost heaving. And I'll probably go ahead and put some more dirt along here. This is going to be a work in progress, this dirt pile, because this is going to settle and compact over time. I'm not going to try to compact it myself. I'll just add dirt as needed, just to maintain my level up right up against that edge right there where the metal is going to be. So, okay, that's that. The tank I want to talk about just for a second. So we're looking at this 325 gallon tank from Tractor Supply, and it's about 30 something inches tall. So it's about the height of a tire bale. So it's going to be, you know, this is 3 tire bales high. So it's going to be sitting right up here, just under this edge. The gutter, of course, is going to come together. We're going to have a spigot that drains into the tank. The tank's going to be here. I would like to put it on the ground like Earthship Biotexture, but then we have to have a pump to actually pump it up to get it to where to our planter, because our planter is above ground. It's going to be 3 feet height above ground. And so we want to put it up here just to have that hydrostatic pressure driving the water down. This pipe right here is going to be the supply pipe. Of course, it's just laying down now. This is going to be sticking up like this and attached to the tank. Problem I'm running into now that I didn't think through, of course, Earthship Biotexture sets theirs on the ground, so it's not a big deal. You don't have to worry about them moving because that's already compacted earth. Problem is, I'm stacking this dirt up here. This is not compacted, so as the tank settles, 325 gallons times 8 pounds per gallon, if it's full, is over 2,000 pounds. So that's a lot. It's going to compact and settle. And how do I compact it? I talked about buying a plate compactor and just running it over every couple feet of dirt, just compacting to make sure I get a nice hard surface to set the tank on. I can do that. That's a few $100s to buy a plate compactor. Of course, you can rent one, but I can't do it all in a day. So it's going to be an expensive rental if I have to rent it over a week or so. The other thing I talked about doing is building a ramp starting over here that would come up along here and then drop down here. Build that with the tractor so we can drive the tractor over it. So that's 6,000 pounds of pressure over and over and over and over and over. And we could do that, but it's going to take a lot of dirt to do that. So my third option, and I have materials laying around for it, is just to build a platform out of 6 posts, treated posts, 2, 4, 6. Just drill some holes 20 inches deep, 12 inches diameter, pour concrete, set the posts in, then build a deck of like 1-inch plywood and have those posts supporting that, and then set the tank on top of that. And that won't move then. And so, of course, worry about the tank settling and then breaking my PVC that's attached to it. Maybe there's a flexible joint I could attach to it, so if it did settle some, I wouldn't have to worry about it. But either way, it's going to be some work. And it's either that or hook up a pump that we're going to run to water the system. So I really want it to be passive. I want it to just happen naturally. The tank this high is a little worrisome because it's not going to be fully buried under the ground. Or it'll be buried under the ground, but that top edge of the tank, is only going to have a few inches of dirt on top of it. Of course, it's going to be buried on all sides, so I think it's going to stay warm enough that it won't freeze. If not, I'll be taking it all apart, right? And then the other thing is I need to run another piece of pipe, maybe 1.5 inch PVC, all the way out here, because this is going to supply not just the water for the greenhouse, now I'm drawing a blank what that's called, planter, that's what it is. And then it's also going to, my wife wants a little sink in there as well so she can wash her hands or wash her veggies or whatever. So that's going to run 1 gallon a day or 2 gallons. I mean, how much is she going to put through it? Almost, not much. So I don't really feel like I need to make run it to the septic or make a special drain for it out here. What I'm going to do is just have the drain pipe come out here. I'll put a screen on the end of it. That way it can just drain out. It's 1 gallon or 2. We'd be using biodegradable soap. So if we do use any soap at all, and so that'll just come out on the ground, it'll evaporate within an hour or two. In this super dry climate, it's going to disappear really quick. So got to put a drain line in as well. Okay, so that's where the tank stands. That's what our thinking is. We could get a smaller tank. I don't know that we need 325 gallons, but it would be nice to hold water when it does rain here, to actually capture and hold it. It only rains about 8 inches a year here, so it's almost nothing. So what does fall, it evaporates pretty quickly. All right, so this foundation here, this was another mistake I made. To maintain my interior dimensions of less than 200 square feet, which I need to do, my doorway has to be moved in. So this is going to be my original door right here. And so this is like 3 feet of concrete going down, good insulation there. So this is a nice solid piece that I'm happy with. I'm not going to be able to use it for foundation. That kind of sucks, but here I am. So this is, I just dug this out today. This is a 1x1x4. Got some rebar on the bottom, you can see there, and that's suspended about 2.5 inches off the bottom. And I'm just going to pour this with Sakrete. I'm not going to bring a concrete truck out. I'll just go buy some bags of Sakrete and mix it on myself and then just pour it in. And so this will be the threshold for the door. That's going to be, and it's interior, so it doesn't need to be 36 inches deep like this one is right here. This is the exterior one. This is going to take care of that. So this is an interior one. The old Earthship Biotecture books say the interior ones just make a foot by however long you need the threshold to be, and put some rebar on the bottom. And that's good enough for that. You don't have to worry about the frost penetration, because that's going to be inside. Or it'll be inside this barrier right here. Okay, and then so eventually I'll have an airlock that comes out. So I'm going to pour a little bit more concrete out this way. There we go. And then a little along this way, probably 3 feet deep as well. Go ahead and insulate it just like I did this one. And that's going to be my airlock. So that's what's going to go in out here. So we'll have a door out here, and then we'll have a door right there.